It seems everyone who has taken up with a major role with Lending Hearts has a very personal reason why. It's true in the case of our next speaker. Dr. Carma Sprowls-Repcheck is a professor at Pitt. She's also the mother of a daughter who has had to deal with cancer. In fact, when her daughter was just 16 years of age, she required a bone marrow transplant. She knows why all of us are here tonight. She knows why it's important to raise money, to raise awareness, as we continue this fight against cancers really of all kinds. And as you know, it can happen to anyone at any time. And I think all of us here tonight have had someone in our family who's had to deal with this insidious disease in one way or another. Our next speaker has. Her daughter has faced this opponent head on. She's fighting it. She's winning. And that's the most important thing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lending Hearts board member, Dr. Carma Sprowls-Repcheck.
Thank you, and good evening. I'm so excited to be here, second year in a row. And I just wanted to just say real quickly, we have a clap for Vaso and all, but if you had to work every day as much as I have, you know that this person never takes no for an answer. Never, ever takes no for an answer. If she can rope me up here, she can rope you in anything. She is the most determined, most energetic, most compassionate, most wonderful person. I think I know. Let's give her a round of applause. And you don't want to hear me talk because there's a football player coming up. So I'm going to hurry. So what I have to say will be brief, but hopefully, as Vaso said, and she named it, let's speak from the heart. So I am going to speak from the heart. Oh, I am a Lending Hearts board member, and I work with some wonderful people. I am also a professor at the University of Pittsburgh, and I work with some wonderful students, maybe some of your kids who are there. Hopefully they don't have my cell phone number and won't call me tonight. Someone called me last night. Anyways, I also am a mother of 4 children, and my husband's here. I'm also married, thank goodness. My parents were happy. I have 2 boys and 2 girls. They were wonderful kids. They were so cute when they were little. I loved them. But now I have 4 teenagers. Pray for us. Because my hair dyed tomorrow. Alright, so enough about me. My story really is about my oldest child, Carly, who's 19 at this point. But 3 years ago, she was diagnosed, and she was a sophomore in high school. Don't cry yet. I'm not going to make you cry. She was a sophomore in high school and was diagnosed with cancer, a malt lymphoma. We were devastated. We were scared to death. What the heck? I buried 2 parents to cancer. It's not happening to my kid. Dr. Kurzak, our oncologist, was like, really, Carma? Are you going to cry in this room? I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm wearing the running shoes because I need to go run for a 6-mile run right now before I tell my daughter what's going on. So I think they do have some tennis shoes down there now so that other people can go from them. But anyways, we were devastated. We were alone. We really are alone as a child when you go through this. As parents, we didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to get tutoring for her for school. I didn't know how to get her a wig. I didn't know any of that stuff. It's scary. You're learning as you go through. Well, Carly went through 6 months of chemo. She did well. She did get to go back to school. We were fine. And then Vaso talked to me. Or I should say Vaso talked me into something. Joining the Lending Hearts organization. And I thought, wow, this is a place where I know what's going on. I've walked right through it. I know what we need to do. I know those things that these kids need. I know how isolated they are. They need socialization. They need help, and so do the families. They really do. So we did. We started working with Lending Hearts. We painted things. We went to ball games. We went to theaters and musical things. A whole variety of things. We're going to Clementi Museum. What a blast. My kids came, the other 3, and my daughter as often as we could. And we met lots of people, and we had lots of wonderful stories. And also at the University of Pittsburgh, I engaged my students because I'm a talker. And they sooner or later find out everything about me. They found out that I had a sick kid. And if you want to see compassion, you come see our juniors and seniors at the University of Pittsburgh. They stepped right up. I want to help. Let me tell you my story about my sibling. Let me tell you about my mom. Let me tell you about my dad. Let me tell you about all these people I know who have cancer. They were all over it. They wanted to help. And they did. We put together workshops. We talked about nutrition. We talked about exercise. We collaborated with the dietetics department as well as the athletics department. Wonderful people. They're there to help. We taught them well. They know what compassion is. So last year in January, as we move on, Carly had a PET scan. Carly's PET scan was not so great. Inconclusive. Oh, I hate those words. Everything's cloudy. Looks like a cloud. What are we going to do? We don't know. Her immune system is becoming quickly suppressed. There's not much to fight with. But we do have time. At this point, Carly is a senior in high school. My goal is, I want to see this kid graduate in high school. Don't we all want to graduate from high school? Absolutely. Well, we really want to graduate from high school because it was not fun, right? When we get on to college, Carly was able to graduate from high school with the help of her doctors, the bone marrow transplant doctors as well as her oncologists. They made it happen. They helped me. A lot of times I think they think I'm crazy, but they helped me. She walked to graduation. Right after that, and that's a big deal, isn't it? Right after that, we had all of our children tested. We had to ask them if they were doing, these new rules now. What are you doing? Bone marrow if you are a match? Well, luckily, I had a big, strapping 16-year-old boy. It was a perfect match. It's the best scenario. It's wonderful, right? I can do it, Mom. Yeah, take me. I'm a lacrosse player. I can do this. Just let me push my hair back. We'll do that. I'm donating that video. No problem. Didn't know what was going on, but he was going to do it. That's cool. It's great. Doctor said she had the best chance for success. Long story short, in August, just about 7 months ago now, Carly on August 27th had a bone marrow transplant. It was a very conflicting day for her father and myself. While I had one child in the OR having his marrow extracted, I had another child who had just gone through chemo and been brought to the lowest level you could even imagine. And she was waiting for that marrow to come into the room. I'm upstairs, I'm scared, grandparents are there, her siblings are there. And then in walks the nurses. It's party day, it's party day, it's transplant day. I'm thinking, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Well, transplant day at Children's Hospital is party day. We get balloons, we get posters, we get gift cards. Who knew? We get all kinds of fun. We get doctors coming in, telling us you're doing a great job, PTs, OTs. Every T that you can think of comes in and says, congratulations, Carly. Carly's sitting there throwing up in her little thing. She's going, what are you talking about? I'm sick. It's not a good day. It was a good day. And as I understand now, the glass is half full. This was the first day. And as they call it, first day of bone marrow transplant is day 1. And we count forward from there. God bless you for showing me that the glass is always half full. For calming me down and my family down to realize this was a big day. So in comes my strapping 16-year-old after he went through procedure and he's never been under anesthesia before. And he's like, I'm doing really good. Boom. He needs a hamburger. But he's doing okay. And then behind him walks the nurse with a bag of bone marrow. It's going to go right into my daughter. It was a 2-liter bag. Can you imagine 2 liters from a 16-year-old boy? I said, is that double bagged? She said, no, but maybe we should do that. I said, yeah, I'm thinking. This should probably happen pretty soon. Well, in any event, the bone marrow went well. She was in the hospital for about 9 weeks. She told us daily that she hated us, her father and I. Why did you make me do this? But it's okay. We got through it. She goes to the hospital about once a week still. She's on fluids. She's on medications. She's in her little bubble. She's not supposed to be around sick people or germs. She's on a low bacterial diet. So pretty soon she'll be able to eat pizza. And we're very excited about that. Well, what I have tried to teach my children is compassion for those people around us that need help. And that's really what Lending Hearts does, is help people. Carly's very interested in Lending Hearts, and she would like to continue to help. She loves to babysit. We call her Mary Poppins, because whenever she babysits, she goes with her little bag, and she helps people. Helps the little kids. So Carly was interested in Lending Hearts and what we do. And I have to tell you, I have a big surprise for you. Carly is here. You are so good. She is so good for you. going to talk about this for the rest of her life. I mean, she writes her autobiography in one hole, and she married over 300 people. Okay, so that's about compassion. The other thing that's great about Lending Hearts is this. The siblings are involved as well as the parents. One quick example, and I am almost done, is when we went to a Duquesne basketball game. Who was the name of it? The Red Out, I think, the basketball game. They've also organized, and a bunch of the Lending Hearts families went, and it was a tremendous amount of fun, especially the dog show in the middle. I love that. I love dogs. Anyways, I met another family that I hadn't met before. They had a very young son who was in first grade, and she said to me, the mom said to me, tomorrow is our great day. My son has leukemia, and he's gone through 3 years of treatment, and tomorrow he gets his report out. And for those of you who don't know what that means, I'll tell you. I have a direct relationship with that woman, and I think about her all the time. I know how happy she was. Her child made it! Made it! Awesome! Cute little boy! Wonderful. And in the event, Bosso had arranged that these little children were going to be the tunnel through which the Duquesne players are going to run through. And it was so fun. And the parents asked my 12-year-old, who was with me, Scarly's sick and calm, so my 12-year-old was there, and he gladly took this little boy down to the floor so he could high-five that team running through. It was great. They were running through, high-fiving everybody. This kid's down here. He didn't get one high-five. My son picked him up. Did you see this? He picked him up so he could get a high-five. There's compassion for you. I taught my child well. Hopefully we can continue to teach our children well. He was so excited he could do that for that young man. And I was so excited for the opportunity. So, Lending Hearts, as you can see, has significantly helped my family. If I hadn't had these people to talk to, and not as a support group, but more as a distraction, so we can joke about the very serious things, and to see how we can help other people, it's great. But what can you do? Well, you can help us make connections to open doors so that we can have more social events and activities for these kids. It's a big deal for them to have something to look forward to. It really is. I want to go see that play. I want to go to the baseball game. Whatever it is, help us make the connections. The other thing that you can do is refer patients and families to us. Sometimes it's hard for us to find those families. Help coworkers as they go through their own things with their own children. And of course, you can donate your time, your effort, and your heart to us. And we also take money. So, we always take money. Anyways, but time and effort is really important too, of course. I'm going to leave you on one thought. A few weeks ago, my daughter Carmen said to me, Mom, do you think that everybody here on earth has a guardian angel? And I kid you not, this is a true story. I didn't even know how to answer that. Everybody here on earth had a guardian angel. Okay, this is a Christian question, I'm not sure. And I thought, I'm not really sure, Carmen. But now, I'm sitting here looking at you, and you, and you, and all of you. And I'm pretty sure my daughter has a tremendous amount of guardian angels. So thank you for being my daughter's guardian angels and the future children of Lending Hearts.